Hi friends, today I am here with a beautiful cactus painting with watercolors. Painting with watercolors is really soothing and a fun filled activity. Anyone can start painting right away. Just take a paper and a pencil and start your art journey. If you're a beginner who is willing to start your watercolor journey, do check out my watercolor guide for beginners. So here I have started sketching the cactus using a pencil very lightly so that it doesn't affect the watercolors that I'm going to paint above that. So you can use a reference image to sketch the cactus, or you can draw it from your mind or whatever it is. I thought of adding a second cactus to the right as it was looking plain with one cactus. So I thought of adding a second set of cactus to the right side of the paper. Here I chose to add the normal cactus shape. You can go ahead and add the modern cactus shapes or whatever shapes you need. Once I'm satisfied with the sketching, I'm moving on to the base layer, that is the background. Here I'm taking the leftover paint that was in my palette. I'm adding in a very light purple shade to the background. One thing to take care while painting the background is that it should be very light, because the primary part of this painting is the cactus. So the cactus should be given more importance. So if you give a very thick or dark background, then the cactus would not be looking good. So that's why I chose a very light shade of purple to fill the background. I used a combination of both wet on wet and wet on dry methods of painting here. So once I'm done with the background, I'll move on to the cactus part. So I'm just focusing on filling the background in an even layer. The tone should be even. That means the background color should be even. Here you can see that the left part of the background is little bit lighter than the righter part. So I'm moving on to that part and filling it with the same shade. Always the advantage of watercolors is that you can come back and correct whatever mistakes that you did. You can correct it with either a paper towel or with a watercolor shade that you are already using. As you can already see, I started painting the cactus with the shades of green and blue. Most of the colors were mixed on my palette. I used the dark green from White Nights, and in between I added the shades of olive green. I even used indigo to highlight the borders of the cactus plant. I'll mention all the colors that I used in my painting in the description box, so do check out those colors. You can even mix your own colors, or you can even choose your own color palette for the painting. Always you can go ahead and try new color combinations and try out new paintings on your own, so that you will get a unique painting which is not a copycat or similar to the one that I made. The only thing you should take care while painting a cactus is to give some time in between the paintings. Allow the one of the stem to dry out before painting the next step, which is kept near to it. Mm, Otherwise the paint that you just painted would bleed into the next stem, which would not look pleasing. So here you can see that I am leaving a stem in between before painting the next stem. So I'm giving a gap in between, and you can always highlight the starting of the stem from the next by giving a darker shade. As you can see, I'm building each layer very lightly first and then moving on to darken the shade by using a darker color. Mm, you can fill all the cactus stems like this, and you can give depth to the paintings by using the complementary colors. Another important thing to take care while painting is to leave some light area inside each cactus stem. This is to give an originality to the painting. Now the base layer for the cactus is done. So as it is visible, I am moving around and highlighting the cactus stems so that it pops out of the paper. It looks like it is popping out of the paper. Once I'm done with the background of the cactus stem and highlighting of the edges, I will move on to paint the thorns. Now I'm starting to add the thorns using Payne's gray. You can even go ahead and paint using black color as well, or you can use a very darker shade of blue for this. Mm, so I'm giving little thorn shapes at the end of the stems, and you can give small dots inside the stems even. Now I'm starting to add some highlights to the already painted tones using a white gouache. It is clearly visible that the white dots creates a realistic effect to this painting. And I am adding in some new tones also using the white, especially where the two stems are meeting, to show that some of the tones are white in color. And adding this white highlights to the thorns gave a realistic effect to the painting. The depth of the painting looks to be sharp now, so I'm fully satisfied with this painting now at this moment. Let's see the final look of the painting.